Okay, here's a fun video, finally, that does not feature a driver being robbed, kidnapped, raped, carjacked, or losing their damn lives in the process of rideshare driving. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim with another rideshare video. Streak bonus took place in my market with Lyft this weekend. Took a few trips. Had someone ask me, because we got to talk, and I let them know, yeah, I do content on a couple social media platforms, and we do talk about rideshare driving. The gentleman asked me, what are your pet peeves as a driver? So figured I'd make a video of what I told him, because I think this one is interesting. A lot of drivers absolutely have pet peeves. A lot of things we don't like passengers to do, things that may lead us to canceling trips with you in the future or avoiding your address if we remember it. Top 7 pet peeves of an Uber driver. Number 1, passengers saying they will tip you through the app. I think everyone in rideshare driving that's been in it for even a month, particularly my veteran drivers, know that if a passenger tells you when they get out, I'll send you a tip through the app, there's about a 90% chance that statement is bullshit. Every driver has heard someone state, I'll tip you in the app, and they receive nothing from them. In most cases, a lot of passengers, every driver has had a lot of passengers say that. Very common thing. So a good cordial way for the passenger to lie and hopefully lead the vehicle on a good note. Well, I'm here as a veteran driver to let you know the drivers don't believe that shit. We know you're lying when you get out of the car, but that is a pet peeve. I'll tip you in the app. Number 2, passengers that make you wait, particularly on arrival. You're driving, they'll go pick someone up, and they take the full 5-7 minutes, depending on whatever the hell it is that the rideshare companies provide. Or you're driving to pick up a passenger, suddenly you receive a text message, I'll be right out, or something of that nature, which, look, we're coming to pick you up. We already know you're going to be right out. When you send a message like that, the driver already knows that is a stall tactic to let the driver know, I am coming. This is not a dead-end trip, but I need you to wait. That's what you often hear. I'll be right out, or something of that nature, but that is a stall tactic. Us drivers, we only make money when passengers are in the car and it's actively moving. That's really the only time we're making anything significant. So waiting in front of someone's house or business is a complete loss to the driver, particularly if they're running their car in the summer with the air conditioning going, or in the winter with the heat going. They're just burning gas waiting on you. And I understand folks will say, well, it's only 3-4 minutes here. If you're doing trips all day long, waiting 3 minutes here, 4 minutes, I mean, that really adds up. It's not uncommon at the end of the day to have, an hour of sitting around waiting while the vehicle is running. I mean, that's part of the game. So waiting on passengers certainly is a pet peeve. And also, we'll talk about stops, because that involves waiting as well. Number 3, mentioning stops, adding stops while the trip is in session. Coming to pick you up, taking you from point A to point B. In the middle of the trip, the passengers behind you finagling with their phone, suddenly you as a driver is advised this person has added a stop. Huge pet peeve. Because at the end of the day, drivers are subcontractors. We're subcontractors to Uber or Lyft. They send us a trip saying this particular driver is waiting over here at this address. They want you to pick them up and take them to this address. We use that information to determine, is taking this person who's waiting over here to this address for this amount, is it profitable? If the answer is yes, we come pick you up. When you add a stop in the middle of that pre-accepted contract between point A and point B, all of our metrics can be thrown off. There is no way for the driver to figure out if what you're adding is profitable. And some passengers will take it to the extreme. Maybe I want to go on a trip that's 100 miles away, and I know there is no Uber driver going to come pick me up and take me 100 miles away. So I'll put in the app, I only want to go somewhere that's 10 miles away. And when he comes and picks me up, I'll add the stop to where I really want to go. That happens. That actually happens. So as a result, the Uber driver no longer has the ability to make a judgment ahead of time on whether the trip is worth it or not. Now you're in the car already, and you're giving him a trip that is unprofitable, or maybe, keep in mind, if we drive you a long distance away, there's no guarantee we're going to get a trip coming back. So driving you 30, 40 miles, 100 miles away somewhere means we got to drive potentially empty the entire return of that trip. It's a complete loss. So adding stops in the middle of a trip is a huge pet peeve. So much so for yours truly that I have told passengers, I cannot do that for you. I can let you out here. You can request another driver and have them do it, whatever the case may be. But I took this trip expecting you to go from here to here. All of this new stuff you're adding is not profitable for me. Maybe I got to be home in a half hour. I don't have time to do it. Maybe I don't want to go to that neighborhood. There could be a host of reasons. But adding stops is a good way to get you kicked out of my car. Next, number 4, extra work. Now, we talked about I'll tip you through the app. We didn't mention the fact that only about 20 to 25% of Uber and Lyft passengers even tip to begin with. So when I say extra work, bags, wheelchairs, folding up walkers, you name it, strapping somebody down in a car seat, whatever they may ask you as a driver to do, there is no incentive with so few passengers tipping to go above and beyond in this industry. Now, I used to be a taxi driver for a short time years ago, about 11 years ago. In the taxi business, everybody tipped. So you didn't mind helping somebody carry, laundry bags in the house if they used your cab to come home from the laundromat, or grocery bags or whatever, because there was always an incentive to do it. In rideshare, and the passengers don't tip. So anything you're being asked to do extra could be just charity. You arrive at the airport and somebody wants you to help open up the trunk, help them carry their bags. That could be charity. Doing a good deed is fine every now and then, but keep in mind, we do this all day. You don't want to be doing charity all day. Passengers don't tip, so extra work is indeed a pet peeve. Number 5 is significant. Vehicle damage. Vehicle damage could come in a host of ways, whether it's spill, somebody getting your vehicle, drinking, or, eating something and they spill the food in your vehicle, leave odors behind from maybe what they were eating. You get folks who get in your vehicle who've been just, getting high, so now all of a sudden your vehicle smells like marijuana. All of this happens. And not to mention folks who are high or inebriated vomiting in your car. Absolutely happens. Now, some cases, Uber or Lyft will charge the account of the passenger enough to cover your vehicle being detailed. But understand, if you're out taking trips on a Friday or Saturday night and you get a passenger, let's say you pick up somebody from a club at midnight. Now, you're going to be driving at 2 a.m. until the club closes, and maybe even as late as 3 or 4 in the morning. You pick up somebody at midnight that's drunk and they vomit in your vehicle. You're done for the night. You're not going to get your vehicle detailed at midnight. So unless you're going to clean that vomit up yourself and do a really good job at doing it, nobody else is going to get in your car for the rest of the night. So even if they do pay you to get your vehicle detailed, they're only covering the cost of the detail. All of the work you lost, all of the lost wages, because you had to stop at midnight when you may have continued driving for a few more hours, that's on you. That is on you, the driver. And that's assuming that Uber or Lyft actually charges them to cover the getting your vehicle detailed to begin with. That may not happen. Fact is, if somebody get in your vehicle and they vomit on a Saturday night, you may not be to get your vehicle detailed until sometime next week. Monday, Tuesday, it depends on what detail outfit is in your area. When can they take you in? But you're probably not going to get it done on a Sunday either, which a lot of drivers drive on weekends. You're going to lose a lot of wages if somebody vomits in your vehicle. The only other option to prevent that is to clean up the mess yourself. Yuck. Huge pet peeve, having somebody get in the vehicle and vomit. I had it only happen once, and it was minuscule enough that I had the guy clean up his own shit. But yeah, that was big. That was big, having somebody vomit in your car. Number 6, we've all had this. Back seat drivers. You're following the app, you're following the GPS, and the person knows a shortcut. They're not happy with you driving at the speed, the speed limit. They want you to go 5-10 miles over. They want to catch their flight. Maybe they want you to do a U-turn or something, go around construction, break some kind of law, drive on a shoulder. Back seat drivers. Definitely happens in ride sharing. Sometimes maybe you're making a turn and the car's coming in. Yeah, watch out, and just scare the shit out of you. All of that happens in ride share. At some point, you want to tell the passenger, just sit back and enjoy the damn ride. You're not driving the car, but backseat drivers are a huge nuisance. And finally, number 7, the final pet peeve. Slamming the door after you get out of the vehicle or leaving it wide open. Some passengers will get out and just slam the hell out of your door. These are our vehicles. Any damage done to the vehicle is on the driver. Uber and Lyft provide zero assistance financially to cover damage to the vehicle. And if the damage is significant enough, Uber or Lyft will suspend that driver until they get it fixed. So any type of, as we talked about, spills and vomiting earlier, whatever the case may be, not only are you putting the driver at a detriment to clean up or cover the mess of a slammed door, but also he's out of work. And in addition to slamming the door, in most cases, slamming the door doesn't do any damage to the car, but I'm just bringing it up. And in most cases, leaving the door open is equally as a nuisance. I mean, passengers do get out of the vehicle. They're running to go do whatever they want to do. They're done with you. Maybe they swing to close the car door, but they don't close it all the way. That actually happens. Now you as a driver got to get out and walk around your car and close your own damn door. Hopefully the passenger realizes the door didn't close and come, but teenagers really do it. Young kids get out. They're ready to get in the house or do whatever they got going on. They get out of the vehicle and they take a dash and run to where they're going. Leave your car door open. And you as a driver, obviously you need the door closed. So those are my 7 pet peeves. I'd be curious to know from my veteran drivers, trips under your belt, been dealing with hundreds if not thousands of passengers. What are your pet peeves? Did I miss any of them? Did some of these make you nod your head and go, hell yeah? Let your boy know in the comments. As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.